Hello, I have a new journal to share with you. Thanks for stopping by. Let me introduce you to Parisian Bleu. I don't think I'm saying it right, but it's French. Parisian Bleu. Bleu. Anyway, correct me all you want. I'm sorry, I'm not French. But anyway, the kit I used is one that I designed. It is filled with vintage fashion magazine images from very vintage, like 1880s, 1890s, up to, I think the oldest one I have is 1914. Anyway, 7.5 by 5.5, 3-inch spine. There's the back. It has eyelets with hug snug seam binding. On the ends I put little pearl charms for added weight. There is a large variety of lace in this throughout this whole journal, not just all over the cover, because there's a lot on the cover, but also on the pages, on pockets, on all kinds of things. So I really poured a lot of lace in. You can see there's a layer here. There's 2 layers, top and bottom here. This little beautiful little flower has tatting here that I purchased from Linda Bridges. You can find her on Facebook, I think, maybe Etsy. I don't know about Etsy, but anyway, there's a layer of lace along each side here, down the whole middle, and then this middle. So there's a lot. You can see how it wraps around there. Anyway, I can't remember how many pages, so I will count them and add it, and links to everything, the kit, my shop, just all kinds of things. So here's the inside front cover. There's a large card here, and this book belongs to. You can see that there's lace and trim and some more applique here. Then there's lace along front and back pages of each signature. There are 5 signatures, if I didn't mention that. That's why there's so many pages. Okay, this is an image from one of the fashion magazines from back in the very old ones that I was able to find that I could use, and so there it is. I did some painting on it, so I added a little blue because it was a pretty much a black and white or sepia colored image. Here's the next page. I've got a card here. This is a lady from a fashion magazine, and the story begins. This is a painting, and I just did some swooshing with it. Here's an envelope. Inside you will find some ephemera, looks like a check, and then I added some pieces of leftover parchment paper that I printed on one side only. I did no coffee or tea dyeing. I would call this a clean journal because it's just got parchment. I used parchment. I used for these pages. I will put this information down below, but I also have vellum in here. So I did stamping and stenciling. Some beautiful, this is some velvet. There's some lace here, and then these little pieces of cute little flower trim. Stenciling. Doilies, vellum. There's another page from, let's see if the lighting's good, I hope. There you can see this one's from 1911. Here's 1, 2, 3 tier pocket. There you go. And you can see it has lace on every edge. On the top, there's a piece of parchment. It says magnificent, and inside you can do some journaling. I did some pretty punching on the corners. It just slides back in here. There's some ladies' hats from the day. There's a card. Okay. I did add some flowers. If they weren't fabric ones, then I did some flowers from the actual kit. Here's one of the line pages from the kit, and there's some lace. Yeah. And then I also made 5 altered paper clips, so there's one of them. And then here's some more parchment. I did add some, so it's kind of a junk journal in a way. There is some junk. I added a grid paper printed on parchment. I can get this open. Maybe down here. There you go. I did do some printing on the parchment on some of the pages. This is the center of the first signature. Over here we have some ladies from the front of from a fashion magazine, and here's some purses, and it's actually some ephemera because it's a either a from Au Bon Marché, Paris. So these were their ads in their magazines and such. Okay, and then over here we have a beautiful painting, and then here's an envelope made out of vellum. Inside I put this postcard with Eiffel Tower on it. Hooey, you know how I feel about that, so we'll go on. I did put hearts on a string, and there's both lace and some trim. There's a belly band, and in the belly band you can see it's got some beautiful lace. I put another one of the little flowers from Linda here. This is from my kit. It's called Dress Forms and I can't read my writing. Dress Forms and anyway, dress forms and you know, things like this. So this is a little decoration on it with some pretty laces and such. Okay, there's the other side of that page. There's some ladies in period costume, period outfits, with the little places to write here. Pretty flowers on a parchment page. Here's a flip, an Rita Donnelly flip. Here, there's a little creme de savon. And here's a tag and a card of a lovely lady from a vintage magazine. La Mode Pratique is where I got some of my images. There's the lined page. That's the end of the first signature. We're on to the second, so I better get going. Here's another beautiful image from, I believe she's from a Harper's Bazaar. Pretty little flower here on this with some lace on the edge. Here's a couple of cards from fashion magazines and some stamping. This one's dated 1896. Some perfume bottles from back, vintage ones. There's another lovely lady from a vintage magazine. I did some stamping. Here's 3 different sizes of bags, and here's a tag. It's got a beautiful little element on the front that I cut out, and so I could just have that. It was on some pretty sheer fabric. There's another tag, and then down here is an ad for Taylor's Wild Rose perfume. Beautiful painting. Here's the center of the second signature. There's several pockets here. There's another ad. There's some, this ephemera is from my French journal ephemera kit on my page. I did do some altering of the hues of some of the cards, but the kit has, you know, all these cards, but the colors may be a little bit different. Some lace. Here's a couple of pieces from that I have in here. I did make some other cards, and if there's enough interest, I certainly could put an add-on kit on in my Etsy shop. Oops, upside down. There's a letter. Lace there as well. Oops, skipped a page. There's that pretty lady again and some stenciling. Here's another one of my dress forms, all dolled up. And on the belly band, I did do a couple of layers of different lace and trims. There's one of the back pages that has lines on it. There's one of the pages from the kit. Isn't that beautiful? Even if I say so myself. Okay, here's a couple of tags in this. Our cards in this pocket. I put some pretty trim here. There's an ad. And here's a beautiful lady. And there's the Tiffany stamp. You can see the pages from the kit here. Here's a pocket with a tag, whoops, and a card. Ladies' fashion from the days back then. Okay, there's the other side of that, and a doily. Pretty doily, and there's my vellum. Here's another page from the kit with a background printed. There's some more parchment. Here's I can't remember the names of them, but I put this beautiful fabric swatch that has, it's been embroidered. It's beautiful. I put some lace here and here. It's a little pocket with this little gal, La Vie en Rose, which means everything is pink. There's another altered clip. The most delicate, with some more parchment paper. The most delicate is the little, that's from another one of my kits. I think I better tell you about that list. I think it's Words and Sayings 3. And then another one of the grid pages. Some ladies. Here's this third signature center. There's a envelope. Inside is a map of Paris. There you go. And then a pretty card. Okay. My fingers aren't working. There you go. So she goes in there. There's some lace and a pretty ribbon here and here. And then here we have a beautiful lady in a cabinet card, I think that's called. There's those beautiful ladies again in a card. Here's another one of the altered paper clips. And there's another large piece of paper for you to journal on. So you can see there's more than just the pages. It's got lots of paper places to journal. I didn't fill it all up. I let you have lots of room. Here's I did a cross cut. It goes across each other like this, and so there's a pocket here, and then there's a pocket here with a booklet. It has a vellum closure, and there's a bunch of vellum paper in there to journal on. Elegant. That's the end of that one, and this is, nope, this is the fourth signature. There's another pretty, well, that's nice. My computer shut down. It's a little quieter. I hope you weren't hearing that. So she's all dolled up too, and there's some pretty lace across here. There's two different lace. There's lace and then this trim. There's a half page and some vellum. And there's a pretty lady. There's a pocket with two cards in it. Some blouses and the Eiffel Tower. Another altered paper clip. I won't open this one because it's the same thing, but there you go. Another bottle of perfume. This is the center of the fourth signature. In this vellum envelope, I put all kinds of flowers, stamps, all kinds of doodads that were left over that I didn't use. So they're in this little envelope here. And then back here, There's another magazine cover from the designer, $18.99, and then there's one of my ephemera pieces from my French journal kit, French ephemera kit, sorry. This is also from Words and Sayings 3, I think, or it might be in this kit. It could be both places, really. Here's another pocket. It's a double pocket, so in the back I have a tag, the stately looking lady, and that beautiful page that I made into a card. And in this pocket, there's an ad and an address for antiquities, and then a ticket. Whoops, skipped some stuff. There's the page from the kit. There's another vellum sheet, doily. Here's a double pocket, because I put a little pocket down here with lace. There's 2 layers of lace and some bling. There's a card and a ticket down there. And then this is that Harper's. This is the whole cover, July 1901. Stamped a calendar there. There's that pretty lady again. There's a bird. A pocket, another double pocket. This one has a ticket, and this is perfume, and some bling and a flower. Lace and bling and a flower. And there's that pretty lady, and a card, which is ephemera from the kit, the journal kit. Put the bird on there. There's some pretty vellum. There's a pretty lady. This is a card glued in place, and then I just put another one of the little pieces of parchment paper. This is a tag that's behind this altered paper clip. This is the last center of the last signature. There's a beautiful card of ladies. And over here's an envelope. And inside is a pretty lady holding some roses, looks like. She goes over here. And I use some exquisite lace here, or trim. Here's another double pocket with some really pretty some trim. There's 2 pockets, so there's this one, Mode Pratique, and then the pretty ladies from one of the catalogs. Then there's a little fan, a lady holding a fan, and a ticket. And different ladies' hats. Here's a little pocket that I made out of a doily that folded, and there's that cover from 1911 again. I'm not going to fuss with this. It's easy to put in, but not when you're holding it like I am. Okay, and so there's the last page. There's a pocket here with lace trim, and then this, and then there's the Eiffel Tower. And this is a vintage photo of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, this journal will be available on my website. The price of it includes shipping. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you stayed with me this long, God bless you and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye now.